is the weekly Grifball Hubcast, only on GrifballHub.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to twitch.tv/GrifballHub. This is the Grifball Hubcast. My name is DJ Blue PDX, and I am, of course, joined by co-host extraordinaires. It's Sonic Chaos and Ouglaf 11.
Hey. Sonic Nachos now, technically, but either works.
Sonic Chaos Nachos. Sonic Nachos. Sorry, I can't bring that up.
It's always Sonic Chaos.
Kind of like when I renamed that kid Hot Noodle instead of Odd Doodle. Yeah.
I think it's an improvement.
Right, yeah. But, sorry. Sonic Chaos. No, Nachos. Sonic Nachos. And let's do this intro again.
Sonic Nacho
Just
go with
Chaos.
Sonic.
Okay.
It's
Where's
easier.
Sonic and Oogie? There we go. All right. Well, anyways, Hubcast number 317. And as you pointed out, we are almost at, we've almost reached a new level for our follower count.
Yep, we're almost at 2K. We are at 1953 at last count. So
Awesome.
47 away.
Just 47. We're going to have to do some sort of a giveaway when that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Something. We'll think of something to do. So the next thing we're going to have to work on is also getting our subscribers, because I want to see people being able to use my face in chat, which is also hilarious.
I think the solution to make more people want to subscribe is to add more why can't I think of the name? More, I'm trying to say emojis, but that's not what they're technically called. Emoticons.
Emoticons.
We need to add more of those of your face. I think that's the solution.
There we go. Get one of me with the ears.
Yes, there you go.
Oh my God. My knee is killing me. Anyway, so GGL started this week, and we had some teams remembered that they played, some teams did not. So just a reminder to keep an eye on keep track of your captains, keep an eye on when your games are scheduled. Make sure that you're there, because you definitely don't want to miss a game this season, because there's so much fun happening. Also, as a reminder, if you are scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday night games, there's a good chance and possibility, or most likely a significant probability, that you're going to be featured on the Wednesday or Thursday night Hub stream. So that is extraordinarily important that we know ahead of time. If for some reason you guys may need to reschedule, or if there's been a cancellation, so that we can come up with an alternate plan and make sure we got fun games to stream, because of course people come to watch you guys play.
If you're playing on Thursday, you are on stream. There's like 1 or 2 Thursday games at most each week, because that's our veteran division games. Our veteran division of 3 teams.
As an idea, if you're not scheduled on, say, Wednesday or Thursday, and your team feels like, hey, you know what, we should have a scrim night, maybe you should consider having it on Wednesdays or Thursdays, because then, if, say, we end up with a slot open, hey, we can air your scrim. That could be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Get to be on
it's
stream.
all about the effort there. So, and speaking of effort, we had an interesting conversation about all the new people who are coming into the GGL. And we've got quite a bit of them. Multiple new teams this season, including several that are full of brand new players. Luckily, we've got a couple of our own veterans here that are joined with those teams and have been doing their best to get them integrated. But we figured it would be fun to do something so we can get a little more exposure, a little more integration with some of our other players. So we're going to be announcing, I would say, throughout the week. We keep an eye on the Hub account, and we will have, if any of us are doing open lobby nights, we'll send out an announcement on Twitter, and that is going to be open for any new players or any players at all who want to just come and scrim and join. Completely open lobbies, and we will continue to make new lobbies as people arrive and as we get more and need more, because we want the players to meet each other. We know there's a lot of players who've been in the leagues for years and years, and they're very tight. I mean, we have a very tight community. It's a very family-oriented community, but sometimes there's just so many people, it's difficult to let new people in. So we're going to work on creating a new area to make sure that we get all of our new players in, and give you guys all the opportunity to hang out with us, meet us, talk with us, become new friends, become new family, and kill us in different ways, and we haven't had a chance to get killed in, because you know me, I love to respawn. It tickles. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I know today I will be on at 1 p.m. Pacific. That's in about just less than 2 hours from now. I will be on Xbox well, I guess it doesn't matter if you're listening to this post-recorded, but on the 13th of October, for example, we'll send it out today. You'll see a little.
Today's the 16th.
Today's the 16th.
Not the 13th.
Right. I don't know where I am.
DJ has traveled back in time, apparently.
I've been traveling a lot lately through storms and crazy rain. So, for example, there'll be a tweet sent out here later on today when I post it out and tag the Hub account. Hub account's going to retweet it. It'll say that I'm going to be on Xbox Live at 1 o'clock Pacific for several hours hosting lobbies for new players. That would be a time for you to say, hey, great, let's go ahead and add DJ Blue Space PDX on Xbox Live and join this party. I would love to No. Power off. Yeah.
What did you do?
Xbox responded to him.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when the Xbox One first came out. I was still at college at the time, and my roommate got one like right away with the Kinect. And I would just, like, spontaneous throughout the day, I would just go, like, Xbox turn on, or while he was playing, I would be like, Xbox turn off.
That's so evil.
Yeah. People made tags like that and played, like Call of Duty or something. Say, well, this guy's gamer tag is Xbox off. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Funny.
The team, we had a Grifball team, they had XRT, which stands for Xbox Record.
Xbox Record that.
Don't want to say it.
That's what it stands for.
Then it'll turn back on again.
I can say that because it's not voice command.
Oh, there we go. So yeah. So that's an example of how that's going to roll out today. I'll be on for a couple hours. Anybody who wants to join me is more than welcome to. That'll be in just less than 2 hours. So we'll do that as an example, and then just keep an eye on the Hub account.
Yeah.
We might be doing things before and after streams during the week with various players. And of course, you don't actually need one of us to do that. You can always do that on your own. But we would love to have you with with players who've been around a bit, so there questions can be asked, new friends can be made, and we can get you integrated with the rest of the community as quickly and thoroughly as possible.
Right.
So there we go. In other news, Sonic, take it away.
What other news?
All right, so in other news, DJ managed to get himself a PC.
Yeah,
with the extraordinary assistance of Sonic and his wonderful ways of knowing computers and being able to build things that I'm not smart enough to build. We collaborated with
I think you called
Amazon
me 4 or
Prime.
5 times that night.
Yeah. Yep, I did, at least.
I would check on my phone, but I don't know where it's gone. People who are watching live, they've just probably just been seeing me look around and just like, I would have sworn that I put it in my pocket like 5 minutes ago, and I don't know where it is.
I know my phone is here somewhere. I just can't figure out where I put it either. But I called you several times that night. We got the things put together, and then when I finally got that little guy turned on, I plugged in my USB Windows 10 thumb drive that Major Nelson gave me from Microsoft, and it loaded and installed Windows in less than 6 minutes.
SSDs, man.
Like Windows 10 installed in less than 6 minutes. I was blown away at how fast this thing fires up. So now that I have a computer and a PC that I can PC game from, and I can stream from, and I can stream and PC game at the same time from.
Yeah.
Add that into all of my hardware that I've got from games with the rail system and the monitors. I've got a setup, and I can actually game. So now I can join the rest of the PC gaming clan. And
PC mustard race.
Right, PC mustard race. There
Sorry,
we go.
The mustard
I like
rice.
that.
I messed it up. Dang it.
And so we figured, listen, we know that there's more than just us. We know that there's more than just the few of us. Because I know Sonic, you're a PC gamer. Oogie, are you a PC gamer?
Yeah. Actually been playing Witcher 3 on my PC for the past few days.
Nice.
So
I know Crowbar Games on PC, and we've got a lot of other old school Grifballers. Like I know Shadows on PC. There's a lot of them who are on PC.
Pig, there's a lot of Smite people.
So we
and
figured
a lot of LoL players, which is ick.
Why limit our gaming to just Halo? Now, granted, we are a Halo-based community. We're a Grifball-based community because Grifball, of course, is the greatest sport in the world. I should also do a shameless plug for the site, shouldn't I? If you're wondering what we do or how you can find out more information about what goes on here and how you can get involved with the Grifball Hub, head on over to GrifballHub.com. That's our home site. You can sign up and get more information about the greatest sport inside of a first-person shooter. You can also follow us on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at GrifballHub. Spell it with one F. If you spell it with two, we're going to make fun of you. You can also follow me directly at DJ Blue PDX. How can they get a hold of you guys?
Get a hold of me at Ouglaf on Twitter and Ouglaf11 on Xbox Live.
There was a weird pause there.
Yes. Well,
now, I'm on Twitter at Sonic Nachos, and I'm on Twitch at Sonic Chaos 1993.
Perfect. So,
Okami speedrun starts soon, hopefully. I think I have my schedule figured out. It's a 4 or 5 hour run, so it's just like I don't know when I can do this half the time.
So we're going to start looking at possible options and opportunities to do a PC gaming night. And I'm thinking maybe Friday nights, possibly. It's a toss-up. We're in fact, I'll probably put a poll out on Twitter about it, so people can have the opportunity to say, hey, listen, which nights are going to be great. Obviously, we can't do it on nights when we actually have streams already for the hub, but on nights that we don't necessarily, that'd be great. So yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. But we'd also love hearing from you guys what games would be fun to play, because we can play. we could play Halo on PC as well, and check that out for those of us who can get that on their machines and get it working. And then there's also other services that will allow people who don't have a PC that's strong enough to do it to jump in and join us. But we'll talk about that next week.
I know.
So I'm kind of excited about that.
I know I mentioned these suggestions to you beforehand, but I will recast my vote for Suicide Survival, which is still the most hilarious game I think I've played on the PC.
Yeah, and just clarify because the name of the game can be a little bit misleading. It's not what it describe the game for the people who are listening to the Hubcast.
So you have gardeners and shrubberies, and you're on maps that have a lot of shrubberies just kind of scattered around the map. The shrubberies will respawn amidst these other shrubberies, and they can run around and explode. The gardeners have to hit them with gardening books before that happens.
With gardening books,
it's great.
And for those of you who are not familiar with where
it's absolutely terrifying
concept is coming from, it is a play off of an old Monty Python movie.
The old Monty Python movie.
Well, there were several. I mean, Monty Python had several movies.
Most people think
it's the Holy Grail.
Yeah, the Holy Grail. Yeah. But yeah, so the shrubberies are committing suicide by blowing themselves up, trying to kill you as a gardener, and you've got to try and survive it. Survival guides are everywhere. So I do think that is going to be one we're going to have to test out. I also want to play Necropolis. Streamline is another one that's great. That if you are a part of Amazon Prime and you tie in your Twitch and you turn your Twitch account into a Twitch Prime account, you can get Streamline for free, which is super crazy awesome because it's a game that's powered by viewers. So we get in and play, and all the people in the chat can change the aspects of the game. They can choose. They can vote up and buy little add-ons and game modifiers, and so we'll be in the middle of a match, and all of a sudden, all the ground, all the land base level ground will turn into lava, and you can't touch the ground. You've got to stay on top of buildings and things.
Yeah,
and then they can turn all the building surfaces to ice. So now the ground is lava, the building surfaces are ice, and you're sliding everywhere, trying not to die and fall into the lava. So, and it's kind of like Infection.
Sadistic.
Oh, it's hilarious fun.
I mean, those are the best games, aren't they?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time screaming at TwitchCon, not out of anger, but screaming out of just complete and total hilarity because it was just the funniest thing I have ever played in my life. It was awesome.
Oh, there's definitely plenty of stuff that we could look into. Like Golf with Friends is a great one for playing with viewers, because that I think is 12 people if I remember right.
Ooh, nice.
It's like mini golf where everybody plays simultaneously. There's a bunch of modifiers, so like you could make your balls eggs or cylinders or hockey pucks.
The only thing that I have to do first,
or cones, which is the worst thing.
The only thing I have to do first
don't go anywhere.
Going is to clean my room. That's gonna be a problem. I have to have somebody to set this PC up. Yeah. Hashtag responsibility. So, other than that, we've got more GGL games coming up this week. Of course, the schedule link is listed right there in the chat. But for the rest of you who are wondering where it is, if you're watching the Hubcast, you can head on over to the Grifball forums, Grifball Hub forums.
If you go to grifballhub.com to the main page, up on the top in the navigation bar, there is leagues and then GGL, and there will be a schedule link right there.
Perfect.
In the drop-down menu.
Yep.
Awesome.
And that also has links to the game reporter, to divisions and achievables and whatnot, all that good stuff.
So that is the best way to make sure that you know when your team is supposed to play and to find out when your next game is and who your next game is against. Yep.
And that way you'll get an idea of who's supposed to be on stream as well.
Yep.
Yes.
And I think on the schedule right now, I think it's saying that if you're playing on Tuesdays, that there are 2 streamed games, because originally we were talking about having a Tuesday night stream, I think. But I don't know if that ended up happening. Are we doing that?
We are going to be doing a Tuesday night stream. We're going to call it the junior streamer stream.
I wasn't sure because on the first Tuesday I didn't hear anything about it. So that
we just haven't
off a bit, but
the schedules have been really kind of crazy for everybody these last couple of weeks, and now that we're past convention season, now that we're past event season, I finally got my schedule turning down a little bit so that I can actually get this process going. We're going to get Trespass in there and get him on top of
some practice.
Yeah, get him some practice on competitive commentary. So he asked to do that, and I think that's a great idea. So we're going to throw him out there and see what he can do. So it should be fun. Tuesday nights are the nights when the Respawn All-Stars play, so he'll definitely have content to stream.
Yep. Also Team Caboose.
Nice. Yes, and Team Caboose. Gosh, that was a fun game. That was a fun game. And
I intercepted him on green, so.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Tim told me about that one, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun that night.
Comparing an ex-Packer to Jay Cutler is a very low blow.
DJ laughs into his coffee.
We're actually going to be trying something new on Tuesday as well. We're going to be playing with some aspects of multi-stream.
Are we?
So, my team is. I've been having a lot of fun doing that with Destiny lately. So, since Tuesday is going to be kind of like a test night of trying out new and weird and inventive things and practicing for competitive casting, we're going to do something a little crazy as well. And after testing bandwidth, making sure everybody's got enough, we're going to try and kick everybody's. Well, we're going to try a project where we're going to see if we can't multi-stream players and add that into the mix of the actual cast. So all works in progress that have not been finalized. These are ideas that I keep coming to my head and that I've been toying with just logistically to see if it's possible. And if it is, who knows? We could once again change the face of the way Grifball's casted, which could be fun. Who knows? So, yeah. That's all I got for that.
What else do we have going on? Really not much, I don't think. There's nothing new happening with the Pro Tour yet. Again, we're still looking to do the Town Hall, which should hopefully be towards the end of the month. End of the month, early November. I had to get together with the rest of the leadership for that once that's finalized and figure out when they want to do that.
I'm excited to hear how that all turns out. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that are super hyped about it in the chat box. It's really cool to see.
Hope I can be there.
You mean in the Pro Tour or at the Town Hall?
Both. Why not?
So this is one of those times where I think it would be fun to be part of the Pro Tour, but at the same time, I don't know that I necessarily should be part of the Pro Tour as a player.
You could be. Because
those games are going to be so epic to cast.
Yeah.
I think the competitive insanity of what's going to happen in that tour is going to be off the charts amazing. It's going to be like playoffs all season long.
Yep. I mean,
nice.
I think you look at the player pool that we usually have, at least I look at it in terms of the AGLA sometimes, like who are the top 32 players, like who are like the highest, like the top 32 players in terms of credit value, and how are they spread out onto teams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think part of it, like if you were to use traditional, like old school AGLA when it was 8-man rosters and classically in a classic style division, those those top 32 players might actually only end up being spread out across 3-4 teams because of that big roster size. A lot of them would be alternates for some of those top tier teams. But
yeah,
when you switch it around, when you've got it where that only you don't really have alternates, you just have that 4-man roster. That makes things a lot different, I think.
yeah.
And I think we've been loath to do smaller rosters for a long time, but the AGLA has actually started to do it with fairly solid success. Because that's been running with those 5-man rosters for quite a few seasons now. And for the most part, there isn't too much issue in terms of scheduling.
No, because captains really do a good job of isolating and identifying who they want their core players to be and their starters. And usually those starters are always the ones that end up playing, and periodically you get a reschedule or schedule conflict, and one of the backups get to play. But for the most part, it is the core 4. And this goes to speak for the level of complexity that is involved in determining a team, planning a team, and establishing the kind of strategy that you want to use when you're coming into a game against other players. So 4 players on a team, I think, is perfect because of the fact that you really want this to be pro level. You want to know what you're doing at this. What is that?
Right.
No scheduling issues. I mean, as a whole, I think what I'm talking about there, Crowbar, is when we were first talking about making roster size shortened, a lot of people just were like, oh, there's going to be tons of forfeits and nobody is going to be able to make games because we are not going to have enough players to make games. It's just like a lot of teams, like right now in the AGL, you can still see it now with the 5-man rosters. A lot of teams will just reschedule and they can't get their starting 4 on. That's what we saw back when, in the first seasons of the bid league, when the rosters were bigger. I think we had a roster size of 6, if I remember right, the first season.
Yeah.
You just saw people teams would have 4 players on, but it wouldn't be their starting lineups. They just tried to reschedule.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember. I don't even think we technically had reschedules that season.
Yeah. No.
That was when we were still trying to do a firmer, more set in stone sort of thing. So that's part of it. The goal of the Pro Tour is that there is a mixture of flexibility, both between scheduling and with your roster. You have the ability to bring in one stand-in player as long as they aren't playing for another team in the professional league. For your Pro League games, at least. Pro League games you can reschedule anytime up before the start of the week. So once that Monday of the week hits, your game is set in stone, so we know when it is and when we can stream it.
Oh my God, I was missing the... Sorry, keep going.
And you can add and drop players pretty much anytime, but there is some restrictions on dropping them. Like you can't drop a player and then re-add them the next day. You have to wait 2 weeks, I think, is how it's currently written. Just to prevent teams from basically we'll just drop this player so that we can add another player for this one game, then drop and switch them back.
Right on.
Some restrictions may apply.
But yeah, no, the main thing I was referring to there was just how the roster size worked out. Because I remember that was a huge concern that the community had going into it. And it's just all right.
Yeah.
There's teams who are just playing with a 4-man roster anyway because they just want to play with their starters. So at this point, for a high-level league, if you're playing in a game this competitive, in a league where the competition is at this level, you don't want to play with a subpar lineup anyways.
Yeah, no, you really want to go for the jugular and get that kill streak on as quickly and as fast as possible and win that game.
So yeah, I don't think 4-man rosters is going to be that much of an issue, especially not since there are some. Yeah. There's quite a bit of tools in place to make sure that your lineup keeps going. If somebody rips, you can just drop them and add a new player. It's not like an AGLA where you can't add players as the season progresses.
Yeah. By the way, I've got. I was just looking at the chat, following up on the chat right here. We had some votes for CS:GO and Paragon and Fallout 4. Now, Fallout 4 on the PC doesn't have a multiplayer, does it?
He was talking about esports that he was following there with CS:GO and Paragon.
Oh, gotcha.
That was before we were talking about the PC night stream. But yeah, Fallout 4 doesn't have a multiplayer, and also I'm not a fan of Fallout 4.
I still need to finish Fallout 4 on Xbox One because I haven't had the time to get. It's one of those things where you have to really get into it and play for hours at a time to get anywhere.
Real talk, the best Bethesda game is Oblivion. I don't even think it's close with anything else.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about Skyrim?
Skyrim was awful, honestly. For an Elder Scrolls game, it was not good.
Skyrim had dragons. Now, granted, you're looking also the guy that I ended up selling Skyrim back because I couldn't stay awake playing it. If I played it at night at all, I got about an hour into the game and I fell asleep because the music just knocked me out.
My thing was when I played, because I played through both of them. Like I basically played, I like probably put in at least 30 hours on each of them. Oblivion, I know I put in a lot more than that because I've done several playthroughs of that. But like Oblivion,
Can you do multiplayer in Oblivion?
No, there's not multiplayer.
No,
none of their games. The only multiplayer Elder Scrolls game
Elder
is
Scrolls
ESO.
Online's their only multiplayer.
And that wasn't great either.
Oh,
yeah.
But with Oblivion, like I remember always playing a ton of it, and part of it was because it felt like there was a lot more customization to it, to your player, and the big thing was with spells too. The whole spell being able to make spells.
Yeah.
It was absolutely broken, but it was hilarious.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Like that was why I kept playing it, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna make these really weird spells and break the system. Like there's ways.
Be an unpopular opinion, but I miss cheat codes. You know, like if there's some sort of boss that I can't beat, but I don't really care about, not using cheat codes. Like, let's use a cheat code, get past the boss so I can get the rest of the story. Some games need that.
Yeah.
And some don't, like multiplayer games.
Like with Skyrim, it felt more.
Need some.
Yeah, I see this in a lot of sort of single player games and some like co-op games, like but like like in Skyrim it was more balanced. It felt more balanced between like ranged magic and melee. But it wasn't like magic was just OP because you could make all these spells, or just make spells even if you weren't a mage. You could just make spells that would augment your class. But when it's in single players, it doesn't matter if stuff is broken. There isn't you don't need equal competitive footing at that point. And it's not like the games are that hard to begin with. And then the other game I always think of is Magicka, because the original Magicka was hilarious in terms of co-op because the casting system was so broken. And I'm saying this as somebody who speedruns that game and used to have the world record at one point. That game, like, there was so much weird stuff that you could do, and it was great. Like, in the speedrunning aspect of it, the primary method of getting around the level was you would drop mines behind you, explode the mines, and send yourself launching like out of a cannon. You would just be sent flying across the map. And they're like they kind of, when they redid it, they kind of went in and made it so that the spellcasting system is very balanced. There really isn't anything broken about it. I think part of that was that they had a huge competitive multiplayer game that came out around the same time, but that was what made it hilarious to play co-op, because like you would just go around with your friends. Like if you were to do like those mines with your friends, like that's the entire reason that people found out mine launching in the first place. They're playing co-op with their friends. Somebody puts down a mine, and suddenly somebody accidentally walks onto the mine and is sent flying outside of the map and dies. There's just really weird stuff like that. That's like the whole point of it, was that you just have this crazy mayhem.
That's how Halo worked too.
Yeah.
The hog jump.
But yeah, like
speaking of Halo Wars, that's another one that's coming out. Is Halo Wars 2 is coming out soon. Kind of super excited about that.
Is it coming out for PC too, or is it just Xbox?
That is a good question.
If it's just for Xbox, I'm probably not
PC,
playing it.
the first one.
I have
console.
No information about its release on PC. I do know that it's coming out on console.
Okay, but, Crowbar's saying it is PC also, so I probably will end up playing it then.
Okay, then yeah.
I played a lot of the first one of the first Halo Wars on console, and I can't do that again. Like RTSs do not work on consoles. They simply don't.
It is clunky.
I'm still not exactly sure what I can talk about with regards to when I was up there at 343 during PAX. So good. That's what Crowbar can identify that. Then yes, we did play it on PCs up there. It was just crazy.
Yeah, they said it's part of Xbox Play Anywhere.
Yeah, it's beautifully well done.
All right. Kind of like Halo is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might just be a Windows 10 thing, in which case I'm not playing it. But
jeez on it.
I don't have a Windows 10 PC, nor do I really want to have one.
Gross.
But yeah.
So he's a conservative then.
You are a Nazi, sir.
I mean, I'm still running Windows 7. There were a lot of issues that I had with 10, and not all of them were technical. Some of them were just more with how they were handling the whole 7 to 10, the 7 and 8, 10 transition over to 10, how much they were pushing it. And then there's some privacy concerns and whatnot with it. Like 7's worked fine for me for a while. I don't really have any reason to pay to upgrade it at this point.
Personally, I also think there's privacy concerns in Twinkies because they can track you once you've eaten them.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it's little government microchips in there. That's why they brought them back, right?
Yep.
Front.
It's all a front for human tracking. Because eventually, when the aliens do come down, they will radiate the planet. Everybody who had eaten a Twinkie is going to turn into a Smurf. A Smurf-sized, like, mastodon. Little wings. Yeah, you know. That's normal.
I'm gonna grab that for a soundbite, DJ.
Totally. Perfect. So
Put
otherwise,
that at the end of the podcast one day.
it's gonna be just like one nonstop meme. What is that noise?
That is something that my neighbor is doing.
Your neighbor is loud.
Are you like washing the porch windows?
I have no clue.
He's grinding bones in the sink. Good God. So, all right. Well, I think that pretty much sums up the majority of today's events. Yeah.
Yeah, there really isn't too much going on, honestly. GGL just started. We're starting to get into the swing of things there.
Yeah. So, quick shout out, of course, to Agent Maine, Cryomouse, and Crowbar, who are in the chat right now. Thanks for watching the Hubcast. And, of course, if you're listening to this later on, you can always tune into the Hubcast every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific. That is 2 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/GrifballHub. And you can hear all of this information right from the goat's mouth, but that didn't make sense. So, you get what I'm saying. I need more coffee. Otherwise, don't forget we have streams on Wednesdays and Thursdays starting at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's 9 Eastern for some of the greatest competitive play in all of Grifball. We're covering the GGL right now, and it's a 2-hour-long show hosted by usually Ouglaf and I, produced by Sonic and others. And yeah, we bring you some of the greatest things known to mankind when it comes to Grifball. Great games, lots of fun. And then, of course, our Saturday community show from 3 to 6 p.m. Pacific. That's 6 to 9 Eastern. And that's going to be all sorts of Warzone weekend. We play lots of different crazy customs and things of that nature, so long as storms don't interfere. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, how did Saturday?
You didn't see all of it, did you?
Huh?
I finished. I had to do the last hour solo.
No, seriously?
Because the storm, there started to be lightning around the scepter, so he had to shut his Xbox off. Because if lightning struck, it was going to take all the power down and could cause damage to equipment.
Yeah.
Don't have surge protectors in.
Their electrical grounding system is different than it is here in the U.S.
Oh, so, yeah.
But yeah, they're fusing system in their home.
Surge protection is a EU benefit. Non-EU members don't get it.
Oh, dirty. That was a low blow.
Blame Brexit.
Blame Brexit. Hashtag blame Brexit.
Yep. Brexit did it. So otherwise, yeah, I think that brings us to the end of our show. So thanks for watching. We will see you again on Wednesday.
Is there going to be a Tuesday stream this week? Or are we going to? Are we
again on Tuesday? Most likely it'll be Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific. That's going to be 9 to 11 Eastern. Yeah.
9 Eastern.
Yeah, 9 Eastern. And it's going to be basically, it's a lot of test runs. So we're going to be playing with some new ideas, changing things around. So just be prepared. It's going to be an unofficial show, but it's a show. So we love feedback, positive, constructive feedback, and giving opportunities for people to learn new skills. That's what it's going to be for. Yeah. So check it out. We'll be sure that, and if all else fails, you will get to see games played by Team Caboose.
Yay!
And the Respawn All-Stars.
Yay! All right.
So awesome.
And stay tuned on Twitter for announcements about custom games that you guys can join in.
Yes, and we'll have one starting today in about an hour and a half, and I'll go ahead and get that tweet sent out to the Hub account.
Yep.
Follow DJ at DJ Blue PDX.
GrifballHub. DJ at DJ Blue PDX all in one.
Yep, DJ Blue PDX, no spaces.
I'll tweet it out at Ouglaf if I start some custom lobbies.
Yep. Absolutely. And of course, if you want to start a custom lobby, just say that you're going to start a custom lobby, what time it's going to be and what time zone you're in, and then tag it at Grifball Hub. Grifball Hub will get that retweeted. We'll follow and retweet that as well. So, yeah, I think that's good. I think that's everything. So until then, get hammered, stay cool, and we'll see you next time right here, twitch.tv/GrifballHub.
Thank you for listening to the Grifball Hubcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at GrifballHub for all the latest in Grifball news and entertainment.